Sanchez in the way though, and Lacroix, who's been pretty decent. Oh my word. Gaia has it. Looks to strike. We've got so many options. He chooses to strike. Welcome back everyone, and welcome to another brand new episode of my FIFA 22 career mode with Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. And it is hot on the heels of what was an interesting but quite difficult previous episode in February. As you can see, we went out of the FA Cup, a 3-2 loss annoyingly to West Brom. And then we also followed that up with two decent results in the Premier League, but a loss to City and then an unfortunate draw to Leeds. So in terms of where that puts us in the standings, let's have a quick look at the Premier League table. And you can see that puts us in third. We're now 3 points behind City, and Liverpool are 6 points clear of us, but both Liverpool and City have a game in hand. United have closed the gap to us, they're only 5 points behind, and Aston Villa, well, they're 9 points behind, so they are quite some way away. So I think at the moment we're looking pretty positive for the aim of Champions League football, but you never know with this game. And as for this game and as for this episode, we do have another jam-packed episode full of matches. You see, we've got 3 Premier League games. We've got Everton at home, we've got United away, which is a huge game in the fight for Champions League, and we've got West Ham at home, another London derby for you today. And in terms of the Europa Conference League, we've been drawn Genk, so a pretty favourable draw for us. We've got both of those games, the away and the home leg as well. So what I think I'll do is I think I might sim the home game against Everton. I actually think I'm going to play the Europa Conference League game because I haven't played one of those in a while, and I think it'd be quite good to play a knockout game. I am, of course, going to play the United game, I'm going to play the West Ham game, and then depending on the result of the first one, I will probably sim the second game in the Europa Conference League as well. So, yeah, pretty interesting run of games we've got coming up in this episode. And I have spoken about the Premier League standings, but before we go into the next match, I actually just wanted to have a quick look at the top goal scorers, because I've seen a couple of messages here, stunning displays from Harry Kane. So actually, I just wanted to check out how he's doing. And as you can see, he's got 14 goals, and Son has got 13 goals. So, yeah, Harry Kane doing pretty well in the fight for the Golden Boot. Diaz for Liverpool is actually in the lead with 16. Don't know where Mo Salah is. I actually expected him to be a lot further up the rankings. I can't even see him. There he is. He's down in 20th place and then he scored 8 goals. So, a bit of a surprise there. But Kane and Son leading the way. And that, to be honest, is why Richarlison can't get a look in. Let's see what we're doing for assists. Kane again, 5 assists. He's in 6th place. Højbjerg in 7th with 5 as well. But yeah, Kane and Son in that battle for the Golden Boot. So let's go ahead to Everton and let's see whether or not they continue that good reign of form. And so here we are, first game of the episode against Everton. It is a home game, and it's one that we really do need to win. You can see my starting 11, normal formation, normal starting 11 as well. All the big guns return to the lineup. I've got Genk in a few days anyway, so I'm pretty sure that is a game we should really be winning. So I'm confident that hopefully I'll be able to rotate a few players for that game. But let's go ahead and sim this game and let's see how we get on. And it's a difficult game, but it is a game we managed to win. Kulusevski and Longley, the unlikely scorer, getting on the score sheet. Longley managing to come to the rescue, actually. We were 1-0 down. Morales actually getting the goal for Everton. But fortunately, we do come away with our first win of the episode. It's a 2-1 win against Everton. We had the more shots, we had better possession. So, yeah, pretty positive result. The only negative is it looks like Richarlison has come on for Kane in the 48th minute. Doesn't look like there's any injury problems, but whether or not that was fatigue, not entirely sure. But yeah, positive way to start the episode. 2-1 against Everton at home. So let's head on to Genk and see how we get on in the Europa Conference League. So here we go, our first knockout game of the Europa Conference League. And as you can see, I've gone full rotation with the Man United game in mind at the weekend. I've pretty much rotated my entire starting 11. Even Fraser Forster gets a starting goal. Tanganga, Lacroix and Sanchez at the back. The usual suspects in the wing-back position, Skip Bentancur and Gill, with Richarlison and Lucas Moura up front. And as for Genk, it's a 4-3-3. They've gone quite narrow in the midfield. They do have 2 wide players in the attacking position, so whether or not that might cause us a few issues in the wide positions, we will have to wait and see. But let's crack on and get started with our first played game of this episode. So here we go then, Genk to kick us off. We are away from home here. It's, as I said, it's the first knockout game in the Europa Conference League, and it's a game we really should be winning. And it's a game, to be honest, we must win. We are struggling a little bit in terms of board expectations, as we did get knocked out pretty early in the FA Cup, and this is a cup that the board are expecting us to win. So let's see how we get on as Bentancur sprays out a lovely ball to Jed Spence, who plays an awful ball to Richarlison, and we lose possession. That is pretty poor from us. Richarlison has it, looking for that ball out wide, and there is the space that I'm talking about. Sessegnon gives it to Bentancur. He strikes straight against the goalkeeper. Lucas Moura, what is the goalkeeper doing? That was a very, very easy take, and he just sort of jumped at the ball. That was a little bit weird, but got the job done either way. And yeah, Genk have it, and that is a brilliant turn away from Jed Spence, but Sanchez manages to cover, and we get the ball away. Of a skip. I was looking for the run of Sessegnon. I probably should have floated that ball rather than played it across the floor. But yeah, Genk have it, and again, it's Paintsil, I think his name is. He drives forward, but we will collect that. And Lloris, I'm going to try and distribute this early. Didn't exactly have the power that I thought I was going to get on that throw, but Lacroix will take this out. He drives forward. That is a good challenge. And for some reason, he just sort of seemed to kind of just jog around, and they are wide open here. What is going on? They've got a striker on the floor. Good shot. And that is just wide. I thought that was going in. They do have a striker on the floor. They could have maybe been a bit more sporting and played it out, considering it's their own player, but they decided to play on anyway. And I think it's stretcher time. Is it going to be time either for the stretcher or the magic sponge? I think that was just a bit weird, and it was Lacroix who ended up sort of jumping over him. But yeah, they're going to make a substitution, so no magic sponge today, unfortunately. He will be taken off, and we will have a goal kick. Genk coming forward again. This is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Lacroix gets in there, but he can't win the ball back. The players just not putting any decent challenges in. Manages to get a block in, and then manages to get another tackle in, but it's only as far as their winger. They still have it here. We can't get the ball away. Sanchez in the way, though, and Lacroix, who's been pretty decent. Oh, my word. I was literally just saying he's been pretty decent in defence, and he almost just scored an own goal. What on earth sort of pass back is that? That is the replay of the previous chance. We got off very, very lightly there. I don't know what was going on. But fortunately, we're able to get it clear. But only out as far as their midfielder. They have it in a good position here. No one closing down. And that is another big save from Fraser Forster. We are all over the place. I've spoken on previous episodes about the player switching. And again, I'm having problems here. I just can't seem to find who my player is. And when I ask it to switch to a player who is closer to the ball, it just doesn't seem to do it. So Genk have a corner. Can we get this away? We can't, but it doesn't matter because it's a goal kick. And that is a terrible ball from Jed Spence. Once again, he's been pretty poor in this game so far as they pick it up in midfield. That is a very good ball. And their cam has acres of space to run into. I don't know where Bentancur and Skip are. Paintsil will have it here. Bring it back into the centre. Nice little ball. Again, problems with the switching. And it's Genk 1, Tottenham 0. What on earth is going on? It's not. It's offside. Whew. Very, very lucky there. Problems again. I'm trying to switch players and it's just switching to the wrong players and they're just running all over the shop, leaving gaping holes in my defence. Fortunately, we get away with it once again. Can't bring it into Richarlison. We're being absolutely outplayed away at Genk here. This is not the sort of game that I thought it was going to be. Lacroix can't get the challenge in. It's back to their midfielder. Fortunately, Sanchez manages to get the interception and we are away with Jed Spence. I'm looking for the run of Sessegnon. What is that? Jed Spence again. He's been so poor today. The balls he's been playing have been so poor, and that is horrendous from Sanchez. Trying to play a through ball to Sessegnon. Just not going to him. What are my players doing? They're turning like trucks, and it's 1-0 to Genk. We're going to appeal for offside, and I don't think we're going to get it. I think we are going to get it. It is offside once again. We are treading on very, very thin ice here. This is a woeful performance. One of the worst performances, I think, so far of the season for us. We are all over the shop at the back. We are leaving gaping holes in midfield, in the centre of our defence. And we really, really need to do something about it. Here we go. Can Tanganga get a challenge? And he can't. He's absolutely done. They've got it in field. My defence all over the shop. Sessegnon gets it clear, but only out as far as the edge of our penalty box. Unfortunately, Fraser Foster, I thought he was going to pick that one up. He doesn't, but he lays it off to Richarlison. Can Son keep it in? He can. I'm looking now for the run of Richarlison. Can he get there first? He can. It's 1-0 Tottenham. Thank you very much. That is a very, very undeserved goal from Richarlison, but he took it absolutely fantastically. I was getting a bit worried because I thought I should have made the decision to play it across the box, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to take this shot on. But he actually took quite a lot of time, but in the end he was just shaping up to absolutely lash it in that top right-hand corner. We get the goal after switching to 3 at the front. Unfortunately for us, it's Richarlison who gets it. Fortunately for us, we do not deserve that goal whatsoever. Very, very lucky in this game. It's 1-0 to Spurs. And let's see if we can hold on to it. They have it in the wide position in the penalty area again, but Sanchez puts a good tackle in. Sessegnon will now try and get this away. He goes to Kulusevski, looking for Son out wide. I was looking for Lucas Moura, out wide, but I couldn't find him. But Basuma picks it up again. Kulusevski has it, looking for the run of Son this time. Son has it to make it 2. That is a shocker. I was trying to finesse that with the right foot, and he just hits it with his left. And that is a massive, massive chance to put this game to bed. It goes begging. That would have been 2 away goals, and that would have really helped us in the home game. But unfortunately, Genk now have it in a very dangerous position. But fortunately, Fraser Forster is able to collect that one, and we will get it away. Basuma throws that over to Lucas Moura. Surely this is probably going to be the last chance of the game. Lucas Moura has it in a good position. Gets into the box. Strikes. 2-0. That is absolutely fantastic from Lucas Moura. Since we've switched to 3 at the front, we have been much, much better. We've been able to counter-attack much quicker, get the ball forward much quicker, and we've actually had options ahead of us. And Lucas Moura, well, we didn't need any options. Skipped past 1 and 2 defenders, smashed it into the back of the net. The keeper got a touch with his knee, I think it was, but it wasn't enough. Too much power on the shot. Lucas Moura gets our second of the game, and we lead 2-0 here, and that is the final whistle. A huge result for us away at Genk after a pretty shocking performance. Genk can count themselves very, very unlucky here, but fortunately for us, we get the 2 goals. That gives us 2 away goals heading into the home game. It's Genk 0, Tottenham 2. And hot off the heels of that Europa Conference League game, I have just checked our board expectations, and the board are not particularly happy with me. I think I was up at 90 at one point, and I'm now down at 75. I think basically they've said to me that financially, I'm not going to hit that goal, which, to be honest, that goal's just stupid. They want me to bring in decent players, yet they want me to have a profit margin of almost 280 million. It's just stupid. But in terms of youth development, I've only actually brought in 1 younger player, and I'm also out of the FA Cup as well. So I think the FA Cup hit has really, well, it's taken a big hit to my objective score. So I think what I'll do, just to ease the board, I think I'm just going to go ahead and just sign an extra 2 young players, to be honest. I don't actually think they're going to be very good, but I'm just going to go ahead and sign them just to get the board off my back. So I'm going to promote this guy. He's got between 72 and 78 potential. I'll promote him. I will not promote him. He's too young. I've got 17-year-old. Yeah, you know what? I'll promote him. 17. And I've got a 15-year-old, but I've got an 18-year-old as well, but he doesn't have great potential. So, yeah, okay, maybe I'm going to have to wait around. The board confidence has gone up to 79, if I can get there. Let me have a look. So, youth developments, that's 2 of 3. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to wait until that 15-year-old becomes 16. It won't actually tell me when his birthday is, so I won't know when that is. And I'll just have to wait probably a few more episodes, wait till he gets to 16, add him to my senior list, and hopefully that will increase board expectations and confidence a little bit further. And annoyingly, I thought my next game is going to be against Manchester United, but for some reason it's been postponed. I don't know whether or not that's because I won the game against Genk or whether or not they've had any issues European-wise. But yeah, a bit frustrating. I'm only going to be able to play Genk and West Ham now in this episode. So I was planning on simming this game, but I'm actually going to go ahead and play it, as I would like to play at least 3 games in an episode. So yeah, this is the second leg. It is at home. You can see my formation. I've kept the same team as played in the first leg, as I do have West Ham in a few days' time. So yeah, let's go ahead and play this game, and hopefully we can see out this second leg. So Lucas Moura to kick us off in this first half. We've got a 2-0 lead here, and we are at home, so I'm pretty confident we should, in theory, be able to get past Genk. But as you saw in the previous game, they were all over us away from home, so I'm pretty much hoping that we put in a better performance than we did last time, and that is a terrible challenge, and it's a red card. It's a red card for Munoz. What a horrendous challenge from behind, and they will make a substitution straight away. So yeah, that can have a serious consequence to the way the rest of this game is played out. A terrible, terrible start for Genk. Not what they needed whatsoever when they need to they need to score 2 goals at least to at least bring the game level. Skip will bring that in to the penalty area, but they do manage to get it away. But yeah, what a terrible, terrible start for them. But good news for us, we're down, well, we're playing against 10 men. But Genk get it away, and they've got some options in the centre of midfield, but again, they choose the wrong one. And I think this 10 men is really, really hurting them, and that is a great ball to Jed Spence, into Lucas Moura, into the box. Chooses the wrong option, tries to switch to the left-hand side, and unfortunately Genk can get this away. But Skip with a great challenge. Lucas Moura's in here. It's got to be 3. It is not 3. Blazes it against the crossbar. That is a big opportunity to make it 3-0 on aggregate for us, and we do not take it once again. We're getting close. There's so many opportunities now that we've had, where we've had runners from deep breaking past their defensive line. We just can't get that final pass done and dusted. Now Brian has it, looking for Sessegnon. Can he get there first? Does he have the pace? He does. That is tremendous pace from him. We've got so many options. He chooses to strike. What on earth was that? So many options. The defender was blocking, so I couldn't play the ball across. And Ryan Sessegnon with a shocker of a strike. Maybe his confidence is shot from having been replaced in the starting 11. I don't know, but that was pretty terrible. Sanchez wins that. Brian Hill. Genk are pushing forward here, so they're leaving acres of space for us to run into. Brian Hill has it. Going to go for the low cross. Poor cross as Richarlison just decides to run into the goalpost and almost knock himself out. And Genk get it away. Genk get it clear. Tanganga, oh sorry, not Tanganga. Sessegnon wins the head. Tanganga has it. Lovely ball down the line into Richarlison, into Jed Spence. Jed Spence with the ball across. Lucas Moura gets there. And it is a very good save from the goalkeeper. Good volley straight at him, but it was a difficult one. It was coming at him fast. Lucas Moura managed to get something on it, and it's actually come off Lucas Moura again, and they have a goal kick. This is a really end-to-end game here. Genk have it in a dangerous position. Sanchez sells himself. They take it outside the penalty area, looking to get the ball across. Lacroix gets it away. That is a good ball, and that is 1-0 Genk. Ryan Sessegnon fell asleep at the back, and Genk have got themselves right back in this with 10 men. Silly from us. We've been all over the place. It's been a very end-to-end game. I don't know what Ryan Sessegnon was doing there. That is a fantastic strike, though, with his left foot. Takes it straight past Fraser Forster. And Genk lead here 1-0, and if we're not careful, we could end up losing a game to 10 men. Sanchez looks for Jed Spence out wide, finds him. Richarlison looks for Bentancur, finds him as well. Bentancur can't find Sessegnon. We give it away once again, but Tanganga is there again. He's had a pretty good game so far, and he wins it for us. Oliver Skip has it now. And look for the run of Jed Spence. Such a poor ball, but fortunately Richarlison manages to win it. Jed Spence can give it back to him. What can Richarlison do here? I'm looking for Brian Hill in the box to shoot. It was a finesse shot, and it was a poor one. Lucas Moura has it to Skip. Skip on the volley. Sessegnon has it. Oliver Skip. Just got to be professional here. Lacroix out to Sanchez. Nothing silly here. Back to Lacroix. It's pretty much just a game of keep ball right now. I think the chance of adding a goal has gone. I say that. And Sessegnon has it in a very good area. Gives it to Lucas Moura, who gives it to Richarlison, who puts it in the back of the net. But it's definitely offside. I could see that a mile off. I don't really know why I played the ball to him, to be completely honest. Lucas Moura probably could have taken the shot on himself. But I was trying not to be selfish. It was an early run from Richarlison. Lovely little finish. But annoyingly, we don't manage to score. And it still remains 1-0. There is just stoppage time remaining. I don't know how long it's going to be for. Hopefully not too long. And hopefully we can see this game out. Brian Hill has it here. It's going to be 2 minutes. And I think we should really be able to see this one out. I'm just going to play this along the back line. And the 2 minutes are up. And surely now we are through into the next round. We are through into the next round. We do win on aggregate 2-1. We did not make that easy for ourselves. Losing 1-0 at home to Genk, who had 10 men for pretty much the entirety of that match. Really, really poor performance against Genk. As it was in the first leg, we got very lucky to get past them there. We get very lucky to get past them again, but we do manage to do it. It's 2-1 on aggregate, and we march on into the next round of the Europa Conference League. So here we go then, our final game of this episode, and it is a huge game against our London rivals West Ham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. As you can see from my lineup, I have gone back to our usual starting 11. Every single player returning to the starting 11. And as for West Ham, they've gone 4-2-3-1. So no real surprises from them. But let's hope it remains that way. We head to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for what is a massive London derby. So West Ham to kick us off here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Another huge London derby. Another game that we really need to win if we want to keep up this top 4 pursuit for Champions League football next season. But West Ham starting off very well. It's Král on the right-hand side. Can he get a ball in? He can't. Longley manages to stop that, but it's going to be an early corner for West Ham. 4 minutes in. What can they do from this corner? They swing it in. We should get this away. We do, but we only get it away for another corner to West Ham. Putting on the pressure early doors here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They get this one in again. And this time Longley is away once again. Can Kulusevski get to that? He can't. West Ham win this back. Putting on a lot of pressure on us early doors. Going to play advantage there. We do manage to get it away, but only as far as the West Ham defender. It's Paredes. It's Paqueta in midfield. And that is a great save from Hugo Lloris. West Ham with their third quarter of the game, really putting pressure on us in this opening 10 minutes. I said this is a game that we need to win. It's a big game. And in real life, to be honest, this is their cup final. They absolutely love playing us for some reason. I don't really know why they hate us so much. But they always seem to play their best game against us. And they seem like they're doing it exactly the same in FIFA here. We're having a really difficult opening 15 minutes here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Can we get this away? We can't. They are all over us here. Unfortunately, Dyer is going to hack that one away, and Basuma will get it back. I'm looking for the run of Heung-min Son, and he's kind of taken down. I don't know whether or not he ran into Kurt Zouma there, or Kurt Zouma blocked him off, but they managed to get the ball back, and West Ham will attack again. Yarmolenko has it in midfield, gives it to Benrahma. He's got it in a decent position. João Pedro has it now up front. What can he do with it? Not a lot. Eric Dyer manages to intercept and we get the ball away. Højbjerg wins that in the air. Good head from him. Kulusevski has it to Basuma. There's space out wide. Can Emerson Royal get there? He can. Just about. Made a bit of a meal of it, but gives it back to Basuma. To Højbjerg. Just looking for some space. West Ham dive in there. Get a little bit lucky that they don't make any contact. Kane has it. Don't really know where I'm going with this. Højbjerg to Basuma. Basuma to strike. A good strike from Basuma. And it's a good save from the West Ham goalkeeper. The first time he's really been tested all game. Heung-min Son trying to win that back. Sorry, it wasn't Heung-min Son trying to win that back. It's Heung-min Son trying to make this shot. And we can't get it into the back of the net. Yarmolenko now gets it clear. João Pedro up front. This is an end-to-end game here. Just like I thought it would be. Benrahma infield to Lucas Paqueta. Benrahma has it back. Gives it out wide to Otavio. What can he do? Goes past Emerson Royal. Manages to get the ball in, but Dyer Heads it out to Højbjerg, and we do manage to keep hold of the ball. Basuma has it. Gives it to Dejan Kulusevski, who just dropped in deep. I was looking for the run of Gaia, but I think he's just strayed into an offside position, so I'll give this back to Basuma. Looking for Emerson Royale. Can't get there. Can Basuma get there? He can. Kulusevski can get there. He gives it to Højbjerg. Back to Kulusevski. Going to strike with Kulusevski. Another good save from the West Ham goalkeeper. It's the second time I've really tested him. Basuma has it to Kulusevski, who's dangerous on his left foot. Another strike over the bar. Too much power again on my shots from outside the area. But Kulusevski has a real dangerous left foot in real life and on FIFA. Almost puts us 1-0 up, but unfortunately blazes it over the bar. West Ham can counter-attack here with Benrahma into Paqueta. Over to Paredes. Drives forward, gives it to João Pedro, who looked for the ball out wide to the winger. But Gaia was able to read that and gives it to Kulusevski. To Kane. Looking for the run of Emerson Royale. Finds him. I'm going to look for the outside. Look for the far post. Couldn't quite get there. Basuma wins that though. Gaia has it. Looks to strike. What a strike from distance, and another top quality save from the West Ham goalkeeper. We're forcing good saves from him, but we can't quite find the back of the net as West Ham make a substitution here. So we have a corner. I have just made a substitution and I've switched us to a 4-3-3. I'm bringing on Richarlison for Eric Dyer and sticking him in the cam position just behind Harry Kane. I'm going to move Kulusevski out wide to the right-hand side. Hopefully he can swing in on that left foot and try and get some shots away as Son has it. Nice little ball to Kane to strike. 1-0 Spurs. That is a fantastic finish, and it has been coming. We've been putting in some unbelievable strikes, and we've just been forcing some decent saves from the goalkeeper, but he couldn't keep that one out. Harry Kane with his left foot absolutely buries that into the top right-hand corner, and to be honest, I think that is well deserved. I think we've been the better team here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We've been one step ahead of West Ham, particularly in this second half. And fortunately for us, we lead 1-0. Harry Kane with his 15th goal of the season. It's Tottenham 1, West Ham 0. West Ham just playing it nicely around the back. They put it in field to Lanzini. Antonio now has it. Antonio, always a thorn in our side in real life. Almost proving a thorn in our side there with a lovely through ball. But we just managed to get it away. Lucas Paqueta now has it in an advanced position. Can they get the ball in? He can get the ball in. Can Romero get there first? He can't. Hugo Lloris can though. Unfortunately, we manage to get it clear. Hopefully, we are going to see this game out. There's only less than 2 minutes left. Romero has it, and we do see the game out. It's a big win here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's another win in a London derby, and it's a big win against West Ham. I would say it was deserved. I think we had the better chances. We forced more saves out of Randolph, and I think overall we were value for that 1-0 win. Not too much in the way of goals in this episode, but important wins when we needed them, and that today is another important win. 1-0 Spurs against West Ham, and let's check out what impact that has on the Premier League standings. And that win does mean there is daylight between us and Manchester United. 8 points clear in third place, so pretty confident now, barring any kind of mishaps towards the last 2 months of the season, that we will be able to get Champions League football. I don't know whether or not we're going to be able to catch Liverpool for the title. They are on 66 points, City on 63 points with a game in hand. So that Premier League title run is becoming very interesting. Chelsea have managed to get themselves above Aston Villa into that final European spot. Aston Villa in 6th, Arsenal down in 7th on 45 points. And if we go further down the table, we can see Nottingham Forest in 18th, Leicester City having a terrible season. They do have 2 games in hand on Brentford above them. But they are 5 points behind them. They need to win those 2 games as they sit in 19th place. And Leeds United, to be honest, with 8 games remaining for them, 7 points behind Brentford. They already look like they are dead and buried. But let's see what happens as this game continues. But as for this episode, that is it. 4 games played, 1 on sim, 3 games actually played. And we do manage to get through to the Europa League Conference next round. And I don't know actually who we will be playing. Let's have a quick look at the fixture. And it's Rangers we will be playing. So British quarter-final in the Europa Conference League. So going to be very, very interesting games in the next episode. And as you can see, we do have a jam-packed episode in April. So we've got 7 games to play. We've got a home game against Newcastle, obviously the 2 games at Rangers, an away game to Villa, home to Brighton, away to Manchester United. That was obviously the game that got postponed from this episode. And then we finish off with an away game against Brentford. So a couple of those I will sim, and obviously the majority I will play. But yeah, jam-packed episode. Some huge games in the Europa Conference League. That is a European trophy that we must win, to be honest, if we do want to appease the board objectives. But yeah, positive episode for today, and we've got a lot to look forward to in the next episode. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please feel free to like and subscribe. It will do the channel a world of good, and hopefully I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.